Look in the mirror. You are watching a biological clock run down. It is the most relentless, terrifying, and universal truth of the human experience. We spend our lives building wealth, careers, and love, only to have it all taken away by a silent, invisible biological process, aging. We are taught that aging is natural, inevitable, a noble conclusion to a life well lived. But what if that is the first and most profitable lie? What if aging is not a divine decree, but a treatable disease? And what if the cure, or at least the means to halt the clock indefinitely, already exists but is being hidden from you? This is not science fiction. This is the story of the $10 trillion lie, a global financial conspiracy built not on oil or gold, but on the certainty of your decline. This is about the pharmaceutical empires, the insurance giants, and the wellness gurus whose entire business model depends on you living long enough to get sick, but not long enough to stay truly young. In this 60-minute documentary, we will investigate the scientific breakthroughs that promise biological immortality. We will expose the financial incentives that suppress them, and we will deploy an advanced AI model to cut through the noise and reveal the simple, actionable protocol the human profit motive doesn't want you to know. To start this journey, we must understand the enemy at the microscopic level. You don't age because the calendar turns. You age because your cells fail. Every time your cells divide, the protective caps on your DNA, called telomeres, get shorter. Think of them as the plastic tips on your shoelaces. Once those tips fray, the whole lace unravels. The cell dies, and you age. But telomeres are only one piece of the puzzle. There is also mitochondrial decay, where the power plants of your cells run out of energy. There is senescence, zombie cells, and the depletion of molecules like NAD+, the fuel for cellular repair. Science today knows exactly why you are aging. The fatal clock is not mystical, it is mechanical, and mechanical problems can be fixed. This knowledge has spawned the fastest growing sector on Earth, the anti-aging industry. But this industry is a paradox. It promises youth, but profits from illness. We are talking about an economic ecosystem valued at over $10 trillion, an ecosystem that includes not just supplements and creams, but also the management of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart failure, and dementia, which are simply symptoms of aging itself. If a cure for aging existed, this multi-trillion-dollar machine would collapse overnight. The incentives are clear. The cure for aging is the worst financial outcome imaginable for the people who profit most from your sickness. The narrative of inevitable decay crumbled in 2009 when 3 scientists, including Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, won the Nobel Prize for their work on telomeres and the enzyme telomerase. We established that telomeres are the protective caps on your DNA. Dr. Blackburn proved that a specific enzyme, telomerase, acts as a cellular repair crew. It can lengthen those caps, essentially reversing cellular aging. Think about that for a moment. The mechanism for turning back the biological clock is a known scientific fact, validated by the highest scientific authority. Subsequent studies showed that when telomerase is activated, cells that appeared old and dysfunctional began to behave like young cells again. The problem wasn't a lack of a cure. The problem was how to activate this natural internal repair system without side effects. The implications are terrifying for the trillion-dollar anti-aging market. If aging is reversible, then the entire industry selling slowing down aging is obsolete. They want you to believe that the key is complex and distant, but the science shows the key is simple and internal. But telomeres are only half the battle. Your cells also need fuel. This brings us to a molecule called NAD+, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, often called the currency of life. NAD+ is essential for nearly all cellular repair, energy production, and crucially, for the function of sirtuins, the longevity genes that protect your DNA. The scientific consensus is clear. As you age, your levels of NAD+ decline sharply, leading directly to the mitochondrial decay and energy loss we associate with old age. Dr. David Sinclair at Harvard Medical School demonstrated that by boosting NAD+ precursors, he could restore energy metabolism in old mice to that of young mice. The results were astounding. Better endurance, improved muscle function, and, in some cases, an extension of lifespan. We now have a known scientific solution for the two pillars of aging: structural degradation, telomeres, and energetic collapse, NAD+. But the final scientific frontier, the one that makes aging a choice, is genetic editing. Meet CRISPR, the molecular scissors that allow scientists to precisely edit the human genome. Much of aging is caused by accumulating errors in the DNA, like typos in a code. CRISPR allows us to go into the cells and surgically correct those mistakes. Researchers have already used CRISPR to target and eliminate senescent cells, the zombie cells that release toxins and cause inflammation, accelerating aging. By wiping out these dysfunctional cells, the surrounding tissue remains young and healthy. The conclusion from these three scientific pillars is undeniable. Biological aging is solvable. The science is not theoretical, it is validated. So if the key to the ultimate longevity is in the hands of science, why are we still inundated with slow-acting creams, marginal supplements, and diets that only promise a few more years? The answer is found in the hidden financial structure that benefits from our prolonged suffering. We have the science. The blueprints for extending the healthy human lifespan are not locked in a forgotten archive. They are published in Nature and Science journals. So why are you not buying an NAD+ booster at the corner pharmacy? Why is CRISPR not yet a standard preventative therapy? The answer is simple: incentives. The $10 trillion industry built around human health does not profit from a cure. It profits from a treatment. A cure is a one-time transaction. A treatment is a guaranteed annuity, a steady stream of revenue paid to managing a chronic, non-fatal condition for decades. Let's look at the financial model of the major pharmaceutical empires. What are the most profitable drugs? They are drugs for conditions like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. These are not sudden, acute illnesses. These are all, fundamentally, symptoms of aging and metabolic decay. These chronic diseases require daily, lifelong medication. If a single therapy could reverse or halt cellular aging, the root cause of all these symptoms, the entire product line of the global pharmaceutical industry would become obsolete overnight. Why buy a billion-dollar blood pressure drug when you can simply reboot your cells? The pharmaceutical industry is optimized for maintenance, not eradication. Think of the money spent on clinical trials, marketing, and lobbying. That money is invested to ensure that the public and regulatory bodies believe aging is too complex to cure, but perfectly manageable through a highly profitable daily pill regimen. But it's not just pharma. The financial lie extends into the foundations of modern society. Consider health insurance and pension funds. Health insurance companies profit by managing risk. If everyone lived to be 120, healthy and vigorous, the cost of managing the final 2 decades of life, the most expensive period, would skyrocket. Ironically, the system is financially optimized for you to live long enough to pay your premiums, but not so long that you drain the system with expensive chronic care in your final years. Then there are pension funds. The financial stability of nearly every government and large corporation is based on actuarial tables that estimate when you will die. If biological immortality suddenly became possible, the entire global economy, the social security system, retirement funds, and wealth transfer planning would collapse because the system cannot afford to pay you for an extra 40 healthy years. The conclusion is chilling. The machinery of global finance is designed to be anti-longevity. It is a perfectly calibrated system where scientific progress is suppressed, not by malice, but by the sheer, crushing weight of guaranteed, multi-trillion-dollar profit. But while the giants of yesterday are suppressing the cure, a new breed of billionaire in Silicon Valley is pouring their fortunes into solving this problem. They have a different motive, but their secrets are no less guarded. While the pharmaceutical giants are stuck in the profitable loop of managing sickness, a different kind of money is at work in Silicon Valley. These are the modern titans, men who have conquered retail, data, and space travel. For them, death is not inevitable. It's a bug in the code of life that needs debugging. The motivation here is not incremental profit. It is legacy and ego. Imagine being the person who solved aging. That is the ultimate conquest. Figures like Jeff Bezos and Peter Thiel are pouring hundreds of millions, sometimes billions, into longevity research and exclusive clinical trials. Bezos, through his investment firm, backs companies like Altos Labs, which is explicitly dedicated to biological reprogramming, the process of taking adult cells and turning them back into embryonic-like cells, effectively resetting their age. Peter Thiel is known for his statement that death is the greatest single cause of economic inefficiency. He funds research that pushes the boundaries of science, often into areas deemed too radical or non-commercial by traditional pharma. But perhaps the most telling example is Calico, Google's ultra-secret division. Launched with billions of dollars and absolute secrecy, Calico's mission is simple: to solve death. They have the data, the computing power, and the funding to run trials and conduct research that no traditional academic or pharmaceutical lab could ever afford. This parallel war on death creates a disturbing reality. The cure for aging is being developed not to save humanity, but to serve as the ultimate exclusive luxury product. While the average person battles chronic disease with expensive, profit-driven pills, the elite are gaining access to experimental protocols, telomere lengthening therapies, NAD+ infusions, and early-stage gene editing that remain outside the view of regulators and the reach of the public. This is a classic case of dual technology, one set of solutions for the 1% and another set of prolonged suffering for the masses. The secrecy surrounding these projects is intentional. If they published their successful findings widely, the $10 trillion lie would be exposed, creating a global panic and collapsing established financial markets. So, they keep the science locked down, viewing it as the ultimate competitive advantage. We are left in a tragic paradox. The cure is actively being suppressed by the old money and passively hoarded by the new money. We need a way to bypass both the profit motive and the ego motive. We need an objective observer that only cares about data and results. We need the algorithm. We have seen the pattern. The science is proven, but it is trapped between the $10 trillion profit motive of legacy industries and the exclusive ego-driven research of Silicon Valley. To find the solution for the masses, we must eliminate both human biases. This is where the advanced AI model comes in. We didn't ask the AI to find a new drug. We asked it to analyze the patterns of effectiveness across every available piece of longevity data, including all publicly available clinical trials, proprietary research abstracts, the genomic data of centenarians, and the metabolic profiles of successful anti-aging protocols. The AI's power lies in its ability to see what humans cannot. It ignores the brand name of a drug, the cost of a protocol, and the political pressure of regulatory bodies. It only processes the cellular outcome. For instance, traditional pharma research focuses on one molecule, say a specific NAD+ precursor, to get a patent. But the AI can analyze dozens of NAD+ molecules, hundreds of caloric restriction studies, and thousands of gene expression readouts simultaneously, synthesizing them into a single unified protocol that uses what is already available. The algorithm confirmed the complexity of aging. It's not one disease, but a cluster of 9 cellular hallmarks. But the AI also found a stunning algorithmic redundancy. It proved that the expensive, complex, and proprietary protocols being developed by billion-dollar labs in California often achieved only marginally better results than certain simplified, synergistic protocols using non-patentable, natural components. The AI concluded that the longevity industry is selling an immensely complex and costly solution stack, when the core problem could be addressed by a simple, integrated routine. The algorithm's revelation is profound because it bypasses the patent system entirely. It states that the key to reversing cellular aging is not found in a single breakthrough drug, but in the precise, timed interaction of known dietary and metabolic components that trigger the body's innate repair mechanisms. Telomerase activation, mitochondrial biogenesis, and efficient cellular waste removal. The algorithms have proven that biological health is not a commodity for sale, but a state of metabolic precision. The reason the solution is hidden is because it cannot be monetized on a mass scale. It requires knowledge and discipline, not a recurring prescription. This is the core truth the $10 trillion lie seeks to bury. And now, armed with the AI's unbiased conclusion, we can finally present the personal protocol that allows you to take control of your biological clock. We have traveled from the single human cell to the global financial conspiracy. We have learned that the cure is being suppressed by profit and hoarded by ego. But the analysis from the advanced AI model gives you the power to bypass them both. The AI's universal longevity protocol is built on 3 pillars. Actions that, according to the data, are the most effective at triggering your body's internal repair mechanisms, including the activation of telomerase and the efficient utilization of NAD+. Pillar 1. The metabolic reset. The AI found that the most powerful switch for cellular renewal is autophagy, your body's process of recycling old, damaged cells. This is primarily triggered by time-restricted feeding or fasting protocols. You don't need a billion-dollar drug. You need controlled periods of metabolic stress. This forces your body to clean house and replace zombie cells. Pillar 2. The energy boost. The second key is protecting and restoring your mitochondrial energy. The AI analysis repeatedly highlighted the synergy of specific, readily available precursors that boost NAD+ production and the protective power of specific antioxidants, often found in simple whole food sources, which pharma cannot patent. Pillar 3. The movement signal. The AI determined that the single greatest biological signal for longevity is a combination of high-intensity interval training, IITT, and heavy resistance work. This is the only physical activity that reliably triggers the expression of genes associated with cellular repair and telomere stability. The body interprets intense exertion as a necessity to survive, and it responds by upgrading its internal hardware. The beautiful simplicity of the AI's protocol is its unmonetizable nature. It requires knowledge, timing, and effort, not a recurring payment. This is the key that the $10 trillion lie seeks to bury. Your longevity is not a product for sale. It is a metabolic choice. The industry wants you stuck in the middle, sick enough to need their products, but healthy enough to pay for them. By adopting this knowledge, you are stepping out of their profit matrix and taking control of your biological destiny. The time for fear is over. The time for denial is over. The science is revealed, the lie is exposed, and the protocol is clear. The choice to live long and live well is now yours. Thank you for joining us on this deep and challenging investigation into the $10 trillion lie. If this journey has given you a new perspective on your health and future, please share this documentary. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss another investigation into the hidden forces that shape your life, your money, and your future. We will see you in the next one.